Hello everyone, I'm Rashmi. So, as you must be knowing, that today is our Russian week. So, last week we were discussing about the plurals, the noun plural version. Okay, we'll continue that. But before moving on to that topic, let's discuss some phrases in Russian. Okay, so these phrases. You can use in your daily life and impress everyone with your Russian skills. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so phrase number 1. This is учиться всегда пригодится. Учиться всегда пригодится. Okay, so this is learning is always useful. Okay, as we all know, whatever we learn, it's always useful. It's always beneficial for us. So this phrase says that learning is always useful. Okay, so once again, this phrase is учиться всегда пригодится. Учиться всегда пригодится. Okay, learning is always useful. Okay, now let's move on to number 2. Okay, so this is paka. Once again, paka. Paka. Okay, as a stress sign is on A, not O, so this is paka. Okay, paka is like see you later, and this is like only informal. You can use it only informally. You cannot use it with your teachers, teachers, boss, anyone like that. Formally, you cannot use it. Okay, it's strictly informal. Okay, this phrase is paka. Okay, you like it? I like it. Okay, so let's move on to number 3, and this is shtovi. 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 With the exclamation sign. Okay, so this is like if you want to say like what are you saying, or like what's with you, or like really. Okay, so like that if you want to say, so you can say shtovi, like shtovi, like that you can say. Okay, so really. Okay, like that. Okay, try this using with your friend or someone like that. Okay, and just whatever that person is saying, and you just say, "Oh, stop me." Really? And the person will be, oh Lord, you know another language. Okay, that person will be really impressed. Okay, now let's move on to number 4. Okay, like if you met a Russian person and you want to say that you don't know Russian and you want that line to be to say in Russian language. Okay, so you can say yani понимаю, I don't understand. Okay, you can say like that. Okay, so я не понимаю. Okay, понимаю is understand. Ya is I, ni is no. Okay, I don't understand. So you can say like я не понимаю. Okay, so okay, now let's move on to number 5. That's very cute, and that is все. 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 Once again, все. Все is that's it. Okay, when you want to say like that's all, everything like that, so that's it. So you can use it like that. Все. That's it. Okay, now let's talk about number 6. So number 6 phrase is, this includes все. Okay, so since it's cute, so that's why I written this. Okay, it's just the number 6 is dedicated to все. Okay, so number 6 phrase is все будет нормально. Все будет нормально. Okay, so what is this? So this is все means that's all or everything. Okay, so in here it means everything. Okay, будет means will be, and нормально is okay. Okay, so все будет нормально. Okay, so this is like you want to say like everything will be okay to a person who is like stressing around, and you want to just console that person, make him kind of relaxed. Okay, so calm his nerves. Okay, so you want to say like everything will be okay, so don't get stressed. And so that's when you can use this phrase like все будет нормально. Все будет нормально. This is like everything will be okay. Don't worry, okay? Like that. You can use it. Okay, so try using it with your friends or family and let me know their reactions. Okay, so okay, all the best for that. Okay, so let's move on to the topic. Okay, so this is actually not the new topic of the day. So this is like a quick revision for you because I just wanted to, you to recall all those basic rules so that whatever we'll discuss today, so it won't get mixed up in your head and you'll be able to revise it, recall it. Okay, these rules. Okay, so that's very important. Okay, so that's I thought to discuss it again. Okay, so these are the basic rules of when you are converting the noun singular to plural. So these are the basic rules, standard rules. Okay, so what does the basic rule point says? Okay, so for masculine version, okay, let's talk about that. So rule number 1, that is, if a word is ending with a consonant, okay, so and you want to make it plural, so what you gotta do is just add at the last of it. Okay, you don't have to subtract anything, just add this. Okay, so it will be automatically plural. Okay, so for this, the example can be like stole. You know what stole is. Okay, so if I want to make the stole to plural, so stole will be stali, okay, stali, okay, so from here the alphabet is like this, the voice. Okay, so this is it's from here. Okay, I've told you many times. So okay, so this is stali. Okay, stali. Okay, so there are many tables, and you want to say that there are many tables, so you can say that stali. Okay, stali is tables. Okay, now move on to the second number of masculine rule. So that is the soft sign one. If a word is ending with soft sign, so and if you have to make it plural, so what you gotta do is just remove the soft sign and add, instead of that, add e. Okay, so for this example can be like slavar is ending with the soft sign. Okay, so what you gotta do is just edit the soft sign, and in place of the soft sign just add e. Okay, so that will be slavari is the plural version of slavar. Okay, so now let's move on to the point number 3 of masculine gender. Okay, so that is ye. If a word is ending with this alphabet, so what you gotta do is ye. I have told you in last class, ye is a semi-vowel. Okay, so that's not a consonant, that's not a vowel, so it's like between both. Okay, so ye, if this is ye is at the end of a word, so what you gotta do, just remove that, and in place of that just add e. Okay, so like musée, it's ending with ye, and we have to make it the plural, so musée will be musei. Musei is the plural version of musée. Okay, now let's talk about the feminine gender rules. Okay, so rule number 1 says, if r is at the end, just subtract this, just remove the r, and in place of that u is added. Okay, so for example, komnata is room. Okay, and if you want to say rooms, so it will be komnati is rooms. Okay, komnata is singular, komnati is plural. Okay, so now moving on to next, so that is ya, if there's at the end. So if you want to make it plural, just remove the ya, and in place of that add e. Okay, for example, semya is family. Okay, so ya is at the end, so just remove that and add e, so that will be semi. Okay, semi. Okay, so semya to semi. Okay, so that is families. Okay, so now let's move on to number third of feminine gender rules, and that is soft sign. If soft sign is at the end of a word and that is feminine, so what you gotta do is just remove the soft sign and in place of that add e. Okay, for example, like theatrad, theatrad. Okay, theatrad. The word is ending with a soft sign. Theatrad. Okay, so what you got to do? Add e. Remove the soft sign and add e. So that will be theatradi. Theatradi. Okay, theatrad is the singular version. Theatradi is the plural version. Okay, so let's talk about the neuter gender rules. Okay, so rule number 1 says if the word is ending with o, okay, neuter gender words end with o or a. Okay, so let's talk about the o one first. Okay, so o1 says that if it's ending with o, so remove that and instead of that add a. Okay, so for example, like akno, akno, I've told you, akno is window, right? So akno is ending with o and that too stressed. Okay, so in place of that, add a. Okay, so o will be removed and a will be added. So that will be okna. The stress sign will shift to the first one, first o. Okay, so this will be okna. Okay, okay. Now let's talk about the second rule, and that is a. If it's ending with a, so remove that and in place of that add ya. Okay, like zadanie, zadanie. Okay, if that's a word and you gotta write it, I mean the plural version of it, zadanie. Zadanie will in plural will be zadania, zadania. Okay, so for like more to moria, okay, like that. Okay, a to ya will be okay, changed. Okay, now these are the standard basic rules. Okay, let's talk about the first exceptions. Okay, so that is the 7-letter rule. Okay, so this is very important to remember. This, it's very important. I hope you are able to recall this 7-letter rules. If not, let's discuss again. Okay, so this is if a word is ending with these 7 letters, that is ka, ye, ha, che, she, sha, ye. Okay, so these are at the end of a word. So what you gotta do is instead of just add e. Okay, you don't have to you don't have to add that okay, in place of that e will be written. Okay, for example, like kniga, kniga. Okay, so in this should be written cause the a is at the last, but no, cause it's 7-letter rule, so this won't be the would be at the last and instead of e will be e will be there. So this will be kniga to knigi. Okay, books, kniga to knigi. And next is vrach, vrach, vrach is doctor, so doctors will be vrati. Okay, now ruchka, ruchka is pen, so ruchka will be ruchki. Okay, okay, now karandash, karandash will be karandashi. Okay, so these are the 7-letter rules. Hope you are able to recall it. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, now let's move on to the next rule, and that is the exception, and that is some for some words that follow feminine plural rules actually, but they are actually masculine words, but still they follow feminine plural rules. Okay, so what are these words? Okay, so number 1 is papa. Papa, you know. Okay, so what will be the plural version of it? So instead of e, it's is added. Okay, in place of a. So that is papu, papu. Okay, so from papa to papu, it's and that. Okay, the word like papas. Okay, like that. Okay, now dia dia. Dad, I've told you uncle. So uncles, there are uncles. So what are you gonna say? So yeah will be changed to e. Okay. So dia dia is there. So uncles will be dia di. Once again, dia dia to dia di. Okay. So there are the few exceptions that don't follow the masculine rules. They follow the feminine version. Okay, rules. Okay, so now let's talk about our new topic, and that is some words that never change. Okay, so in singular and plural they don't change anything. Okay, because they are always plural. Okay, so these are the exceptional words, and okay, let's know about them. There are more, so but for now just do memorize these words. Okay, I'll let you know sooner, maybe in next class or okay, so let's just talk about these. Okay, so what are these words that always remain same? Okay, no matter what. Okay, so these are the number one word is chassis. 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 Okay, so this is like if you wanna say clock or like watch, so you can say like chassis. Okay, it's watch or clock, and it always remain this the same. Okay, plural, it's always plural. Okay, okay, now when if you have to say like glass or spectacles, so what's the word for this? Okay, this is achki. Achki. Once again, achki. Achki is a glass or spectacles. Okay. Okay, now let's move on to third number, and that is a very important word, very important for our life. Okay, so it's actually not that, but still people have made it that important. So this is yengi. Yengi. Yengi is money. Okay, it's very important to survive. Okay, so this is yengi. 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 Okay, this is money, always plural, no matter singular plural, it's always this. Okay, you have to write money, so it will be always this, yengi. Okay, now if you have to talk about the pants or trousers, like a pair of pants, we say a pair of trousers, like in English also we say. So in Russian for pants or trousers we say брюки. 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 Okay, брюки. Брюки is pants or trousers. Okay, брюки. Okay. Okay, now let's talk about chess. Okay, so what's chess in Russian? Chess is шахматы. 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 Шахматы is chess. Once again, шахматы. Шахматы. Okay, that is chess. Shahmati. Okay. Okay, a very unusual type word. Okay, so this is kind of a bit difficult to pronounce. Shahmati, but I like it, kinda. Okay. Now this is dokhe. You have to add. Okay, the accent is, the alphabet is dokhe. Dokhe. Okay, like shahmati we said. So similarly is dokhe. Okay, so from here do remember this. Okay, it's very important too for the pronunciation part. Okay. Okay, now that's perfume, and that is always this is also I mean the plural. Okay, always plural. Okay, now let's talk about the next word, and the meaning of that word is a 24 hours open, like something which is 24 hours open, no matter day or night. Okay, so it's like a whole 24 hours open. So for that you can say like sutki. 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 Sutki is a thing which is like 24 hours open, day and night. Okay, so that is sutki. Okay. Okay, now if you have want to talk about the weekdays, if you want to say weekdays, so what can you say? Weekdays in Russian is budni. 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 Budni is weekdays. Okay, when I say weekdays, you can say budni. Okay, budni. Okay, Okay, now if you want to say like school vacations or school holidays, okay, so for that, can say kanikuli, kanikuli, kanikuli. It's like school vacations or holidays, okay, like that. So that is kanikuli, kanikuli. Okay, so so this is these are the words. There are more, but for now just do memorize these. Okay, so where these are very important wherever these comes, and if someone says okay chassis, make it plural, so you don't have to do anything, just write it down as it is. Okay, because chassis or all these words like sutki, any word, these are always plural. Okay, so no matter whatever the singular plural, okay, these are always plural, that this is the dative form. Okay, so they don't change for anything. Okay, so they remain same. Okay, now let's talk about something else. Okay, so let's switch the gears and talk about a tongue twister. This is my favorite part of the day. Okay, so let's talk about the tongue twister. Actually, let's dedicate our day to this alphabet, that is ha ha ha. Okay, let's dedicate our day to this alphabet. Okay, so I'll read it first slowly and then bit faster. Okay, so this is muha gayuha sela nauho. Once again, muha gayuha sela nauho. Muha garyuha sela nauko. Okay, so what does this mean? This is the sorrow fly. Okay, sat on the ear. Okay, there's a sorrow fly and that sat on a ear. Okay, so that is what this tongue twister means. Okay, so let's read a bit faster. Okay, so this is muha garyuha sela nauko. Muha garyuha sela nauko. Muha garyuha sela nauko. Okay, so this is the tongue twisters. Can you pronounce this 3 times without tripping? Do share it with your friends and family and see their reaction. Are they able to pronounce this without tripping 3 times? Okay, so let's take it as a challenge and let me know that you are able to do it or not. Let's see who can do it. Okay, so if you are able to say that 3 times without tripping, so just do comment down muha. Okay, and okay, so let me know about it. All the best. Okay, so let's move on to our next set of rules. And what are they? So number 1, this is indeclinable nouns. Okay, so what does this indeclinable noun says? Okay, so this is like consisting of a foreign loan words. Okay, so are they have taken it from the foreign language and like English. Okay, so they have taken it from the foreign language and the ends in a vowel. Okay, so like o or a or e, u, u. Okay, so like they are ending in these vowels, and so these are the words that do not change. Okay, no matter what, they do not change. Okay, so what are these words? Okay, so this is first one is metro. Metro is metro or subway. Metro. Okay, second one is taxi. Taxi is taxi, right? Taxi. Okay, now next is now menu. Menu. Menu is menu, the menu of the restaurant or like cafe, whatever. So the menu is menu. Okay, menu. Okay, now last one is kino. Kino. Kino is a cinema or movie. There are more words, but just to memorize these for now. Okay, so there are more. I'll let you know in our next class. Okay, so just to memorize these. Okay, this is metro, taxi, menu, and kino. Okay, so these are the words, okay, that do not change. These are foreign loan words. Okay, they are actually not originally from in the Russian. They are not like that. They are foreign loan words. Okay, so they remain change. They remain same, not change. Okay, okay. Now let's talk about the next rule, and that is irregular plurals. Okay, so these are like the masculine noun endings. Okay, so what are these irregular plural words? So these are, they do not take a or e at the end. They take a or ya at the end. Okay. So what are the words that change to a, that do not change to a, or e that change to a or ya? Okay, in plural. So what are these? They are Gorat. Gorat is city, right? Gorat will change to it will be R will be added at the last. So that will be Garada. Garada. Garada is cities. Okay, cities. You wanna say cities? So that will be Garada. Okay. Okay, now let's talk about a house. Okay, so the house. How will what is house? House or home? I've told you dome, right? So you have to make it plural. The dome will be dama. Okay, dama. Okay, a will be added and the stress sign will be on a, not on o. So that will be dama. Okay, not doma. Okay, don't get confused between these two. The spellings are same, exactly same, but one is doma and this is dama. Okay, doma is at home, right? I've told you, but this is dama. Okay, a is stressed, not o. So dama is plural of dome. That is, dama is houses. When it say about talk about the houses, you have to say dama, not doma. Okay, don't mispronounce it. Okay, now let's talk about eyes. Okay, when I say like eyes, okay, so that will be glass. Glass is eye and eyes is glaza. Glaza. Glaza is eyes. Okay. Okay, now let's talk about the evenings. What is evening? I've told you. Evening is večer. Večer. Večer is evening. Right? I've told you. Okay, now evenings you have to say. Evenings. So what will be? That will be večera. 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 Večera is evenings. Okay. The stress sign will be on last R. Okay, so why I'm telling you about the stress sign, because it's very important, where you have to like put on the stress in your pronunciation, because pronunciation matters, right? Okay, so this is why I'm talking about the stress sign also. Okay, now let's talk about the last word. Okay, these are not all the words that are irregular. There are more. Okay, so I'll let you know about them also, but just do memorize these. Okay, so I want to ask you one thing and just one question. Okay, so let me know a quick question for you. And these rules we have just done this. I mean, I've revised this just like now, and I have told you much about that. I mean, I have given examples earlier in the previous video. So the question is yablaka. Yablaka is apple. So yablaka, in Russian it's apple. I mean, so how will change it to the plural version? So I have to answer it. Okay, to comment down what is the plural version of yablaka. So what are apples in Russian? Do let me know in the comment section. I'll check you. Okay, so yablaka, what's the plural? Do let me know. All the best. Okay, so let's talk about another set of rules, and that is number one. This is plural endings. Okay, in soft sign plus ya. Okay, so there are some words that if you want to make these words to plural, you just have to add soft sign plus ya. Okay, and most probably these are like few things, or like the male gender. Okay, so these are like that. Okay, masculine gender. Okay, so what are the words? Okay, let's talk about that. Okay, now brat. Brat is brother, right? If you wanna make it plural, that will be brothers. Okay, so what can you add? Soft sign plus ya. after the brat. Okay, so that will be bratya. Bratya. Bratya is brothers. Okay. Okay, now if you have to make friends, plural, what is friend? Friend is druk. Druk. Right? So, druk, we have to make it plural. So, we have to add soft sign plus ya. And that will be druzya. Druzya. Okay. Druzya. Gay will also be changed. Okay. So, from druk to druzya, it will be. Friends is druzya in Russian. Okay. Now, if we have to talk about husband, husband is muj. Right, I've told you. Muj. So, muj, we have to make it husbands. So, what will be? That will be muj to mujya. 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 Mujya is husbands. Okay. Okay, now let's talk about thing. Like I told you, like not just a male, but also a few things. Okay, that this includes this rule. Okay, like stool. Stool is chair, right? So stool is chair. If you have to say like chairs, there are a lot of chairs. So chairs is stulya. Stulya. Stulya is chairs. Stool is chair. Stulya is chairs. Okay. Okay. Now let's talk about something else. And let's talk about tree leaves. Okay. So tree leaves. For first one, tree leaf. Okay, the singular version. First talk about that. So tree leaf is least, like any leaf, okay, of the tree. So that is least. Least. Least is tree leaf, a leaf, okay. And I have to talk about the tree leaves. There are many leaves. Okay, so what are you gonna say about the leaves? Okay, so the plural is listya. 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 Listya is plural of least. Okay, least is leaf and listya is leaves, tree leaves. Okay, so this doesn't end up here. There are more, but just to learn this. Okay, from brat to bratya, druk to druzya, muj to mujya, stool to stulya, and least to listya. Okay, so just to memorize these. Okay, now let's talk about another rule, and that is complete stem changing rule. Okay, so here in this rule, the word completely changes. When you have to make it plural, that's another word. Like there's no stem changing, or like there's no ending is changing. It's completely entirely changing. Okay, let's talk about this. And the first one is Chelawik. Chelawik. Chelawik is a person. I've told you earlier whenever we were discussing about the nouns, the singular version. I've told you about this. Okay, so this is Chelawik. I hope so. I have to discuss. Okay, now Chelawik. Chelawik is a person. Talk about a person. You have to say that Chelawik. I've told you Maladay Chelawik, right? The young man or young person. Okay, so Chelawik is a person. Okay, now I have to talk about people. You have to say people. There are people. So what are you going to say? So Chelawik is a person, but people is Lyudi. Lyudi. Seeing the word entirely changes. Okay, when we talk about the plural version. So people is Lyudi, whereas person is Chelawik. So Chelawik to Lyudi. Okay, entirely changing. Okay, now let's take up another example, and that is Rebyonak. Rebyonak. Rebyonak is a child. If you talk about a child, you say Rebyonak. Okay, Rebyonak. Now I have to talk about children. So what will be the plural version of Rebyonak? Rebyonak is Yeti. 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 Yeti is children. But talk about children. Yeti. And talk about a child, a single version of that is Rebyonak. Yeti. Children. Okay, seeing the difference? The word entirely changing from singular to plural. Everything's changing. Okay, so this is how this rule says complete stem changing. Okay, it doesn't give any single letter. Okay, it just entirely changes. Okay, you have to memorize these. This is very important. Okay, now let's talk about another rule, and this is unique feminine and neuter pattern. Okay, so these are a few examples that will let you know the patterns, the unique patterns, okay, where the word changes. Okay, these includes just the feminine and neuter words. Okay, so let's discuss this rule. Okay, let's take about the examples of this rule, and that is mat, mat, mat. Okay, mat is mother, the formal version to say mother. Mama, the voice that is informal, but mat is mat is the formal version to say mother. Okay, now what will be the plural of mat? Mat, the plural version is materi, materi, materi. Materi is mothers. The standard rule says that the soft sign changes into E, right? But here it's changing it's not just changing, it's adding upon. Two alphabets, they are adding also. It's adding. It's not just changing, it's also adding. And that too in between, okay, of the word. Okay, so from mat to materi. Materi is mothers. Okay, now similarly, if we talk about the doch. Doch is daughter. Okay, now doch, we have to make it plural. So what will be? So doch will be docheri. Like mat will be materi. Like doch will be docheri. Okay, these are kind of unique patterns, right? Okay, now if we have to change imya. Imya is name. We have to say names. So what we going to write? So imya will be changed to imena. Imena. Imena is names. Imena. Okay. Similarly, vremya. Vremya is time, right? So vremya's plural will be vremena. 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 Vremena is times. Okay, plural version of time. Okay, these two are kind of similar pattern. These two are kind of similar, like mat to materi, doch to docheri. And these two are similar, like imya to imena, vremya to vremena. Okay, so do remember these patterns. These are unique, and for this is for feminine, this is for neuter. Okay, so these two, just to remember these patterns because they are very important. Okay, let's switch the gears and talk about our fun fact. Okay, so what's the fun fact of today? This is very interesting fun fact, and this is, did you know that Russia has the largest forest in the world? Okay, so this forest, and the name of the forest is taiga. Taiga is the world's largest forest. It's so massive that it produces more oxygen for the planet than any other forest does. It's that massive, okay? Even way more than Amazon, okay? Taiga is truly a world of its own. Like really, it's so massive. It is, taiga is so vast that it covers nearly like 60% of the Russian landmass. It's so vast. Like if you want to travel from the its eastern edge to its western edge, okay, you have to travel like there. So you have to cross like 11 different time zones. Like seriously, it's that vast. Okay, so this is the fun fact today. And do you know that was forest in Russian? Forest is les. Yes, les is forest. Okay, now if you want to talk about the plural, what it will be? So plural for les is actually, this word is actually irregular one. Okay, so this the plural version is liesa. Liesa. Okay, so this was the fact of the day. Were you aware of this, that Russia has the largest forest in the world, a taiga? Did you know that? Don't forget to write the answer for the yablaka. It's a question for you. That was the plural version of yablaka. Okay, don't forget to write it below. Okay, until then, bye bye, practice, revise, and do share the tongue twister with your friends and family, and plus the fun fact, and use the phrases, and we'll meet in the next class with a new topic. Okay, so till then, das vidania, das treci, practice. Bye bye.